Welcome to God's Food for Thought. This week, a look in the book of Hebrews, and we're talking about it takes faith to follow. It takes faith to follow. Right now, we're going to Hebrews chapter 11, verse 7. It says, "By faith, Noah, being divinely warned of things not yet seen, moved with godly fear, prepared an ark for the saving of his household, by which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is according to faith." By faith, by faith, by faith. We're going to be seeing that it takes faith to follow. If you don't believe God, you're not going to follow him. If you really believe him, you will follow him. Genesis 9:28, it says, "And Noah lived after the flood 350 years." Matthew 24:37 says, talking about Noah, "But as in the days of Noah were, so also will the coming of the Son of Man be." You see how the Old Testament and the New Testament work absolutely together? It's all one word of God. Only faith in God will save us. Only God can give us his kind of faith. There's a false belief and there's a true belief. Real, true faith comes from God. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, it says, "Now again, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not yet seen." Faith shows the reality of what we hope for. It is the evidence of things we cannot physically see. This whole chapter is dealing about faith, which is set up by Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1. So now we're going to look at the Amplified version that gives a fuller description of the Greek words. It says, "Now faith is the assurance, title deed, confirmation of things hoped for, divinely guaranteed, and the evidence of things not seen." It means physically seen. The conviction of their reality. Faith comprehends as a fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses. I'm going to read that again. Faith comprehends as a fact, as a title deed, secure. Our faith in God is secure. Faith comprehends as a fact what cannot be experienced by the physical senses. There are many people that say, well, I don't know if I believe God. I have never seen him, never really heard an audible voice. God is capable of doing that, but there's all kinds of ways that people can trick people with an audible voice sort of thing. But God speaks more to our heart, and that's our spirit. And that's where in our heart, we love him with all our heart. It all has to do with the truth of the inner core of us, which is really the real you, the spirit of the person. Noah had faith because he actually heard from God. We don't know how he spoke to him, if it was a physical voice or in the spirit, but he definitely heard from God. When building the ark by faith, Noah reasoned and thought according to the evidence of the word that God had given him. By faith. In other words, God gave him exact dimensions how to build a ship. If you don't build it correctly, that thing will sink. It will tip over. There's certain dimensions that work in a boat, and God knew exactly what that was. Noah had no idea. Noah did all of that. It took him 100 years to build that ark. That's working by faith. Then he endured 5 months on the water with all those animals and his family. I think that even took more faith. Question, where are you in your journey in life? What really matters to you concerning the Lord? At the end of all of our days, we will end up facing God the Father. Every single one of us will. True faith in God says yes to Him. Faith follows Him. Faith does not reject God's ways. We walk with Him, living every day by faith, by the actual faith revelation He has given us. If you truly believe something, you have conviction about it. It's like having a title deed. You just will follow that conviction. And God is all about truth. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. God is all about truth. And what is true deals with God. On the other hand, the devil is nothing but a liar and deals nothing but with deceit and lies that try to take you out of the light of God's truth into his darkness. By faith, we walk and reason with God. It's a personal thing. It is the saving faith of Jesus that keeps us from God's judgment. God saved Noah as he believed, as he trusted, as he followed what God said. If Noah didn't follow what God said, he would not have built the ark. He would have perished with everybody else. It takes faith to walk with the Lord. Remember, we are saved by grace through faith in Jesus Christ as we call on His name and follow Him. Remember what each disciple was told when Jesus chose them. What did He say? Follow me. And when you came to know Him, He's saying the same thing. Follow me. We can't walk with Him and away from Him at the same time. As in the days of Noah, it will be when Jesus returns to the earth. Like Noah, we need to be listening to and obeying God. By the faith that joins us to God, that's how we live. By the faith that has joined us to God. With God, all things are possible. I think we all need to be a believer and a receiver. Remember, it takes faith to follow. For the end of this, I'm going to play an instrumental of a chorus entitled Only Believe. And I challenge you to open your heart to the Lord. Let Him speak to your heart and establish in your heart for sure that you have decided to follow Him and that you are with Him no matter what. Well, we'll see you tomorrow. We got a lot more in store for you. God bless you.